Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our fifth semi-final for the 2025 Future Anything National Final Series. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host for this morning. My name's Jared, and I'm a program manager here at Future Anything. Really super excited to be here with you today as we're going on an awesome journey over the next hour to hear from 5 different teams who are going to be sharing their passionate ideas, their innovative ideas to make the world a better place. They've come to us from 600 different applications for our finals competition. Our semi-finals are featuring the top 40 teams, and we're going to hear from 5 of those teams today. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land where we live, learn, and work today, and really pay my respects to the elders past, present, and future. When I look at this map, which shows all the First Nations language groups of Australia, I really think about the rich cultural diversity in our country and the really powerful legacy of creativity, innovation, and invention that our First Nations Australians have been doing on this land for a very, very long time. I'm joining you from Yagara and Turrbal country here on Meanjin, and I'd like to acknowledge the history and culture of the land where you're joining us from today as well. And talking about First Nations Australians as our first innovators, as part of this acknowledgement, I'd like to bring forth this image of a fascinating invention from First Nations Australia. I want you to have a look and take a little moment to have a guess what problem you think this invention might have solved. If you know a little bit about your First Nations innovations, you might know this as an eel trap. Really awesome device, solving the problem of catching eels for food. If you live near a massive or huge lake or river system, it can be pretty hard to fish for eels and catch them. Lots of places for them to get away from you. It's also hard to find them. So what this eel trap does is essentially you make a man-made lake next to the river system where you live or next to the lake where you live. You place this as the entrance to the man-made lake you've created, and eels will get curious. They'll swim through, and those small eels will make it right through to the end into your pond. They'll grow bigger in that pond, and suddenly they're in a much smaller area, much easier to catch and much easier to eat. Really genius First Nations invention. And as I've seen young people pitch their powerful ideas today, we're coming back to that legacy of 60,000 plus years of innovation in our country. We'd really appreciate you joining today as part of our Future Anything community, getting behind young people in this semi-final process. And we'd love for you to post on socials, the Facebook, the Instagram, the LinkedIn, your story of watching the finals day, what you think, what ideas you're loving, what things are inspiring you. Let's get all those posts happening. We'd absolutely love to see it. So what precisely are we going to witness today? Well, the finals are our culmination of our Activate program, which is our flagship program here at Future Anything, where 9,000 young people from 90 plus schools around Australia and New Zealand have tackled a version of this mission in class. As an entrepreneur, pitch an innovative idea that makes the world a better place. So each of our teams will be kind of providing their response to this mission in the pitch that they're sharing today. So over the last 6 years of grand finals, we've had some really outstanding young people go through our application process, go through our semi-final process, and then take to the grand final stage and win the overall competition. I want to tell you a little bit about each of them. In 2021, Chloe Ali was our winner with her business, Chloe's Heat Weeks. And really interestingly and awesomely, Chloe is actually one of our judges for today as well. So Chloe's got this really awesome kind of full circle story where she's pitched her Heat Week business that she already had in practice selling at the grand final. She won that place. And it was a really awesome idea because for each Heat Week sold, she partnered with One Tree Planted and had a tree planted to improve the world. Since then, she supported other entrepreneurial young people through running youngpreneur markets and giving teens and kids a chance to sell their products as well. And she's now studying at QUT and joining us as a judge to share her expertise. In 2022, our winner was Team EcoBeds, Jai and Philip from Marymount College. They were both dog owners, and the problem they sought to solve was dogs destroy dog beds really easily, especially their own dogs. So they created an indestructible and sustainable dog bed to stand the test of time and reduce waste. And then last year, 2024, our winner was Alex, who loved riding his e-scooter to school, to work, everywhere. And he invented and pitched a safe and secure way to carry extra stuff around when you're riding your e-scooter. And that was the e-scooter trailer. Really cool design that clips onto the back of the e-scooter and helps riders bring what they need to where they need to go. Amazingly, Alex secured a full patent for his idea even before the grand final pitch, was able to share that as part of his pitch and win the top spot. Another awesome story of success with entrepreneurship. So the real question is, out of all those wonderful 5 teams pitching today, will one of them be our overall winner for 2025? So in terms of the agenda, We've got a super exciting agenda for you. We're going to meet our judges in the moment. We're going to hear from 5 different pitching teams. And at the end, you'll actually have an opportunity to vote on your favorite. The 5 teams that are joining us to share their wonderful ideas today are Allure from Brisbane South State Secondary College, Positive Vitals from Bowen State High School, Side by Side Pause from Brisbane Girls Grammar School, License Unlocked from St Andrews Anglican College, and Baby Seat Booster from Coorparoo Secondary College. Can't wait to hear all the awesome things they have to share. Each team is going to be following the same structure. They'll have 3 minutes to pitch. With 30 seconds to go, they'll hear this note, little 30-second warning, and then at the 3-minute timer, they'll hear this noise. At which point I'll jump in to really politely wrap up the team's pitch. It's a hard 3-minute finish for every team. And then we'll bring the judges on screen and they'll have 4 minutes to ask some clarifying questions to the team to help with their decision-making process. At the end of all those pitches, our judges are going to pick a winner. That winner will be one of the 8 teams that are going to pitch on the stage at our national grand final. And the judges will also choose a runner-up. We'll go through to showcase at our national grand final as well. Additionally, as one of our really valued viewers, you have a really special role because at the end of the 5 pitches, you get to cast a people's vote. So listen out for your favorite team, listen out for a team that's inspiring you and that you're loving, throw them a vote because they will then, the team with the most people's votes will get a wildcard entry to potentially join our showcase at the grand final as well. So it could secure your favorite team a spot at our grand final event. So it's going to be great fun. I can't wait to get into it. Let's take a moment to meet our judges. We've got 3 awesome humans who have really generously given their time and their expertise to support us today. We'll bring them on screen. We've got Alex, we've got Chloe, and we've got Saskia. Judges, thank you so much for joining us today. We're pumped to have you here. And yeah, it's going to be a really fun hour. Judges, I'm just going to super quickly throw to each of you. If you wouldn't mind just taking a few moments to just tell us who you are and one thing you're excited about as a judge today. Alex, can we start with you?
Right, thank you. Yeah, I'm Alex. I'm joining from Gadigal Land down in Sydney. I work for the Snow Foundation and actually run a program called the Snow Entrepreneurs, which is for social entrepreneurs that are a little bit more advanced than you. So maybe one day I'll see some of you coming through that. I'm really excited to hear sort of hear solutions to problems where there's multiple aspects to the problem and you've really thought through social, economic, environmental aspects and sort of that wraparound solution. But yeah, really excited to hear what's coming.
Wonderful. Thank you, Alex. And Chloe, welcome. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Jared. Hi, everyone. My name's Chloe. And like Jared said, I run 2 businesses, Youngpreneur Markets by Chloe and Heat Wheats by Chloe. I am the 2021 Future Anything Grand Final, so I have been through this whole process that everyone's about to go on, which is super exciting. And what I'm looking for today is how passionate you are about your idea.
Awesome. Thank you, Chloe. Thanks so much for joining us. Saskia, welcome. Thanks so much for joining us as well.
Yeah, thank you, Jared. And hi, everybody. My name is Saskia, and I'm a scientist at heart in food science and technology major. I've completed a PhD in seaweed protein for food applications. So I'm all about that healthy foods. And so I found myself working at a venture capital fund. So we are investing in early stage companies and help them grow. Yeah, today I'm really excited to hear you all pitch. You must be super nervous. I'm a bit nervous too. So I'm really rooting for you. Looking for a very clear pitch, a very clear definition of what the problem is and how you're solving it in a very practical way. So good luck, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Saskia, Alex, and Chloe. We're really fortunate to have such amazing judges with us today. Without further ado, we're going to get into it, and we're going to hear from our first pitching team. So we're going to bring our first team up for today. And we are really excited to introduce you to Team Allure from Brisbane South State Secondary College. Ravani, Giovanni, welcome. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us today. Like I was saying before, you've done such an amazing job getting to this point out of all the applications. we're just really excited to hear your pitch. We're really grateful you'd be here to join us. It's over to you, and you begin when you're ready.
Good morning. My project idea is called Allure, and it's an app format made to combine both health and productive aspects to prevent silent burnout for a niche of customers, women. Females have a completely different biological composition to males when it comes to hormones, especially those related to stress. We've chosen to particularly focus on women as they experience burnout of 42% versus 30% against males in a population. Next slide, please. Women experience 4 different phases in a month and have different stress resilience in each phase, meaning that they can show up differently every single day. This knowledge isn't widely spread, leading to many women feeling inadequate or guilty for not achieving the same as their male counterparts. Additionally, most women are too busy to sync their cycle to all their calendars and to-do lists consistently. To solve this issue, my team decided to create the app powerhouse for busy women. It includes having calendars, to-do lists, and sleep cycle tracking, all linked up to the hormonal cycle data, which is input by the user. It uses dialog boxes to indicate which days are too busy for that hormonal phase, and if the user could try free up their day for rest. Next slide, please. This is synced throughout all the reminder lists and calendars so that the user would never ever have to log information more than once, effectively solving the issue of juggling and manually syncing tasks from different apps. Our competition, an app called Notion, does not include such efficient syncing, in turn causing more work for the busy user. Next slide, please. For the user to use the app consistently, we have also introduced a game aspect where there will be an animal of liking which prospers every time a self-care activity gets ticked from its complementary self-care bingo board. This self-care board is also synced to the hormonal cycle. This aspect is optional to adjust to busy cycles, but still emphasizes health and self-care for the user. Our app effectively tailors itself to suit every lifestyle. Next slide, please. We will also include premium features, which will be available in the near future, like sleep debt tracking based on the hormonal cycle, as well as the cycle heavily affects the amount of sleep required too. More premium features may also include food and exercise tracking, as these factors also fluctuate throughout the month. Next slide, please. These will be approximately priced at $12 a month or $75 a year, fitting proportionately with most apps on the market and adhering to the additional features, although future considerations may take place. More future plans are to incorporate AI into the functioning of the app and to use AI to determine cycle lengths and next menstruation dates based on the symptoms. This function particularly helps women who may have irregular cycles or rely on symptoms. Allure effectively makes an audience niche, and it doesn't particularly appeal to the male audience. This makes it easier to deliver our solution into the public and customize everything on the app to cater toward women. It is proven that people are more likely to pay for something which truly serves them, and the niche creates a perfect audience for the widespread reach without sacrificing a loyal customer base. Creating a niche like this also allows Allure to expand and scale up in the future. Thank you for listening.
Awesome. Well done, Team Allure. Excellent pitch. Amazing work. I'm going to throw over to the judges for some questions. Really well done. Alex, let's start with you. Do you have a question for the team?
Yeah, thanks, Lani. I have to apologize because I struggled at the beginning with the sound and the slides, so I actually missed the very first bit of your pitch. Can you just, in a nutshell, repeat sort of what the problem is that you are addressing and the audience?
Yeah, so our audience is to particularly women. That's our customer niche, and basically females have a completely different biological composition to males when it comes to hormones, specifically those like stress hormones, and this relates directly to silent burnout. And my statistic that I used before was that women experience burnout 42% versus 30% against males in a population.
Thanks.
Wonderful. Chloe, have you got a question?
Yeah, thank you very much. My question is, what inspired you to focus on this problem?
I actually saw I just saw a direct issue with myself whenever I sometimes I would just wake up and have no energy at all, and I'd just be like, what's wrong with me today? Like, why can't I do anything? And then I would find the same issue with a lot of other my female friends, my mother, anyone, and I'd just be like, this is a recurring issue. So I decided to do some more research, and I found this whole thing, which it's kind of sad that we're not really taught in school, because nobody really knows what to do with their health if you're like tired, you know?
Awesome, thanks.
Saskia, have you got a question?
Yeah, well done. I am just trying to better understand, like, can I imagine like I would have a tracker and then that, like, for example, I'm wearing Garmin at the moment, like, would that then be able to be linked with the app so it could give me direct feedback how my sleep went and what I can do that day to make myself feel better?
Yeah. So also like all of the health aspects of this app will be tied in with the default app, the health apps of the device. For example, like Apple Health or Android Health, and they'll all be interlinked together.
Excellent. Thank you.
Awesome. Janavi, amazing job on answering those questions and on your pitch. We're really proud of you. Awesome work. And going first too. Amazing stuff. You can take a deep breath. You can rest now. Enjoy the rest of the pitches. Amazing stuff. Well done.
Thank you.
Awesome. And from one first awesome pitch into a second, we now have team Positive Vitals from Bowen State High School. We've got Clementine and Tamika with us. Welcome. How are we doing, team?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, we're doing great. Really great to have you here. Thanks so much for all your amazing efforts preparing your pitch. We're really excited to hear from you. So when you're ready, feel free to begin.
Okay. Good morning, I'm Clementine, this is Tamika, and we know everybody loves their pet. But as global urbanization grows and climate change raises temperatures, your beloved pets have never been more at risk. Next slide. In Argyle, New York, on the 24th of August 2025, a heartbreaking scene unfolded as 21 dogs died at a training school after being left with no aircon. Victims of a cruel fate that no creature should ever endure. Only one dog survived. Next slide. Peter has received numerous heartbreaking reports of pets tragically perishing from heat exposure, with 163 animals suffering heat-related deaths in 2023 alone. While 855 were rescued, many more remain lost in silence, their suffering unnoticed. Each case serves as a haunting reminder of the lives cut short. Next slide. Our vision is to cultivate a world where every pet receives the love, happiness, and care they truly deserve, and no pets are left helplessly suffering. To achieve this, our mission is to offer high-quality products for your beloved pets. Next slide. Positive Vitals provides an innovative clip-on monitor that tracks your pet's heart rate, temperature, and stress level, ensuring their well-being while you're away. Easily attachable to any collar, it wirelessly syncs to an app on your phone, offering peace of mind with real-time health data. It is easy, portable, and clip-on, making it the only one of its kind. Next slide. It uses PPG sensors to monitor heart rate, records variability for stress levels, and infrared temperature sensors, guaranteeing that you know your pet is happy and safe. We understand how much pets mean to you. We speak from experience. Our product monitors your pet's environment, alerting you if overheating is detected. If their body temperature becomes dangerously high, we'll also notify your emergency contact. Plus, we're developing technology to automatically activate your air conditioning to prevent heat risks. Next slide. While other health monitoring collars exist, ours stands out. Unlike PetPace's AI collar, which may cause discomfort if your pet doesn't like the fit, our product clips onto your pet's favorite collar for comfort. Plus, while PetPace is limited to the US, Canada, and Europe, our solution will be available in Australia, where it's needed most due to the heat, and will be available at a more affordable price. Next slide. At Positive Vitals, we donate $3 from every sale to the RSPCA to support animal welfare. By choosing our products, you're investing in your pet's health and helping animals in need. We're committed to making pet care easier for everyone. Next slide. Choosing Positive Vitals means investing in high-quality products that cater to your pet's needs, whilst making a positive impact in the community. Thank you for listening, and we hope you will join us in our mission to treat every pet like family, because they deserve nothing less.
Amazing work, team. Massive round of applause for you. Awesome stuff. Love to hear from two passionate animal lovers with that wonderful pitch. Really, really great job. It's over to our judges for some questions. So, Chloe, we're going to start with you. Do you have a question for our team?
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. My question is, How do you plan to ensure accuracy and reliability in tracking the health pet data?
The sensors, so there's 3 different sensors. There's PPG sensors, which work by projecting green light towards the veins and arteries in your pet's neck and measuring how much light is reflected. Because dogs have arteries and veins on either side of their neck, it shouldn't matter what side the device is on. The HRV sensors work by detecting and recording intervals between each pulse and determining whether the pet's sympathetic nervous system or parasympathetic nervous system is active. And then the temperature sensors work to just like determine the body temperature.
Thank you.
Nice, really strong answer there, team. Well done. Saskia, over to you for a question.
Well, thanks, team. I am just thinking there's obviously lots of animals where this tracking could be applied to, like from horses and dogs and cats. Like, what is your like market where you want to like focus on initially?
So at first, we're focusing more on dogs and then like cats, because estimates suggest that there's around 5.3 million pet dogs in Australia, which means 48% of Australian households own at least one dog. If we could sell our product to just 4% of Australian dog owners, that equates to 212,000 dogs saved.
Excellent.
Awesome,
Thank
well
you.
done. Dog savers, love that. And Alex, a question from you.
Thanks, Clementine and Tamika. Really love the idea. I have a dog, and I want one of these things. How do people like me, like how do dog and cat owners find out about this, and how do you plan to distribute it, or like what are your thoughts about getting it out there?
Well, we could sell our product at local vets and pet shops. We could also sell online and promote our business on social media. We could also advocate our business through the local community.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank
Clementine and
you.
Tamika, really, really well done on your pitch. Excellent stuff. Thanks so much for sharing your passion as dog owners and your creativity around a really cool invention. Thank you so much about how all the tech stuff worked. Great to hear of your expertise. Well done. Well done. Awesome stuff.
Thanks.
See you later. All righty. So we're on to another team of animal lovers here. And this is Side by Side Paws from Brisbane Girls Grammar School. We have Sarah with us. Sarah, welcome. Great to see you. How are you doing today?
Thank you. How are you?
Awesome. I'm doing well, Sarah. Thanks so much for joining us. We're really excited to hear all about your pitch and your innovative idea as well. So when you're ready, Sarah, feel free to begin.
My social enterprise, Side by Side Paws, helps people take their own dog and train it to support their mental health, giving them independence they otherwise might not have. My solution is a self-guided training program and support service that helps people train their own dogs into certified service animals. Clients receive online and in-person support, training resources, and regular check-ins until their dog meets service standards. Next slide. Registered service dog providers exist, but many have barriers. Assistance Dogs Australia and Empower rely on donations and accept applicants only in certain categories. People outside these boxes often can't access support. Side by Side Paws offers a solution for those who would still benefit but don't fit the standard criteria. Next slide. When a client applies through my website, whether they found me through word of mouth or social media, I review each application to ensure a service dog would genuinely benefit them and help alleviate the effects of their disability. They receive training manuals, diaries, and resources to keep them on track and provide ideas of how their dog can best assist them. At the end of the training period, they're assessed and either granted public access rights or asked to repeat part of the program. Annual renewal of public access rights is required by law, but I plan to allow handlers to submit online forms and videos to reduce travel costs and stress. I keep costs low by not housing and caring for the dogs myself. Clients only pay for assessments and support. I'm working on becoming an NDIS provider so that people can use their plan to cover expenses. Next slide. Right now, I can't train or a guide or hearing assistance dog, but I can help people train for psychological support. I've taught my own dog tasks like grounding, deep pressure therapy, crowd buffering, and anxiety response tricks. My goal is to grow Side by Side Paws to support anyone and everyone who needs it, learning from others, expanding my skills, and helping people gain confidence and freedom they deserve, especially those overlooked by existing programs. Maybe they're invisible disabilities too invisible to be noticed. I want to have a service that accepts everyone who would benefit. I want to be an NDIS provider so that they can continue helping and providing for people who have plans with them and support them financially as they go through side-by-side pause and out into the community, so that no one is left behind simply because their challenges can't be seen. Next slide. Externally trained service dogs are hardest for people with invisible disabilities to access. Many providers rely on donations, have quotas, and only accept certain categories, such as ASD, PDSD, physical disabilities, or educational support. MindDog allows self-training, but costs remain high, and funding through NDIS isn't clearly promoted. Side-by-side pause removes these barriers. We train dogs faster, offer online renewals, and make maintaining a dog's access rights affordable and accessible. Next slide. I've grown up surrounded by supportive family and friends. I know I'd have access to resources if I ever needed a service animal, but I realize that many others don't. Some have invisible disabilities that don't fit existing organization categories, or they can't even get on a waitlist. My solution aims to change that, to improve people's quality of life by giving them the support and independence that service animals provide. I want to build my enterprise to be inclusive and accessible to everyone who needs it. Next slide. Thank you for listening.
Wow, Sarah, amazing work. Really, really awesome stuff. Thanks so much for sharing that with us. Super proud of you. Really epic stuff. So take that deep little breath. You've done an awesome pitch. Really well done. We're going to hear from our judges who are going to ask you some questions. And we're going to start with Saskia.
Thanks so much for the pitch. That was awesome. I would like to understand, so obviously similar solutions exist, but for people that have, disabilities that are clearly evident. And I think you really identified a niche there. So how are you going to solve that? Does your ideal customer have to have a dog already and then you're able to provide the training, or do you also assist them with providing them with a dog as well? Sorry, I missed that.
Well, my idea focuses around the idea that they would already have a pet that knows how to be a house pet. So you start with a dog that's around 6 months to a year old or older. They accept any ages. And I have resources to say that you could adopt an approved shelter dog that I think would be a great suit for my program. But the dogs come to my resources already knowing like basic cues of sit and stay, walking on a lead. And this is just like to move them forward.
Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Alex, question from you.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. Just building on that, so then the dog comes to you to train the dog and then goes back to the handler, or do you help the handler, like the owner, to do that training with your guidance themselves?
Yeah, so they apply to me to be given training resources, so they train the dog themselves with assistance from me. So they could come to me and say, oh, I need help with this, and I could recommend them a trainer or help them myself. But they're given like guides and checkpoints along the way to make sure that they stay on track and should be able to pass their end of year assessments.
Right.
Awesome. Well done, Sarah. And Chloe, do you have a question for Sarah as well?
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. My question is, what would you say is your main point of difference?
So my main point of difference is really in trying to include everybody who has invisible disabilities that often wouldn't be noticed by more external providers, because they have very specific boxes to fit in to of you're either this or you're out. And since they rely on donations, they're not able to accept everybody. And you're put on wait list for 3 to 5 years. I want to be able to include everybody who could really benefit from my solution.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, judges. And Sarah, thanks so much for sharing a cause really close to your heart, sharing your expertise and skill set that's led you to creating this idea. Really fascinating to hear all about that. Amazing work. Well done. Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. All right. And moving right along to St. Andrew's Anglican College, we have team License Unlocked. Let's bring them up on screen. Hello, team. Chloe and Olivia. Welcome. How are you going?
I'll just unmute.
Hi. Good.
Great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us today. How are you feeling about pitching today?
Good.
Awesome. Love to hear you've got that nerves, got that excitement. All the teams are in the same boat. I'm sure you're all well prepared. So well done. for getting to this point. And over to you for your pitch.
Do you remember it was like learning how to drive? Next. Hi, I'm Liv and this is Chloe, and today we're here to discuss Australian teens learning how to drive and how we can help make that process smoother for them.
About 1 in 3 Australian teenagers are learning to drive, including my brother. Recently, he almost got into an accident, which left him overwhelmed and made him hesitant to drive again. In fact, 70% of teens learning to drive feel stressed, and 20% are too anxious to even start. Next.
Teens worry about responsibility of driving and conflicts with parents. This problem is important to me because we see friends and family facing this problem, and soon we'll be too. And we want to ensure all teens have a safe driving experience. Can you go next two slides forward? Thank you.
That's where our app, License Unlocked, comes into play. It focuses on 6 key areas to help you feel more comfortable on the road. The first step is choosing whether you are driving automatic or manual car, which helps tailors the learning experience. The first feature is safety tips, followed by micro driving lessons. With these, you can click on topics to learn more about safety or watch short video lessons to cover specific skills. Then, you have a set of driving goals to achieve during practice and a logbook for tracking hours.
We also have milestone rewards. When we reach important milestones like 10 or 25 hours, you will earn rewards. Next. Our app uses AI to help find teen drivers the safest and most suitable routes for practice. It analyzes traffic patterns, road types, and time of day to suggest routes that reduce stress and avoid busy roads. You can also choose skills you want to practice, like traffic lights, roundabouts, or 2-lane roads, and the app highlights routes to target those challenges. It also suggests the best times to drive, helping teens gain confidence, improve skills efficiently, and enjoy calmer, less stressful drives. Next.
Here's a glimpse of our app's home screen. Right now, there are a few existing apps for learner drivers, like 4-5 Learner Driver, Drive Focus, and Road Ready. Next. However, these apps are not designed by teens, lack many of our innovative ideas, and mostly cater to American drivers, with there being no apps based in Australia. 2 slides next, please.
Developing that app is also estimated to cost about $10,000. We plan to offer a 12-month subscription for $5 a month, totaling $60 per year. To break even, we need to sell 166 apps. Next. For our CSR initiative, we'll donate $5 from every subscription to a teen mental health organization. Our app is also environmentally friendly, and we aim to pay fair wages to our employees. Next.
Looking ahead, we plan to launch locally by starting with schools and communities to test our features and gather feedback from teen drivers. We'll then connect with driving schools and road safety organizations to expand across states before adding new features, rewards, and partnerships to launch the app nationwide in Australia. Next.
Thank you for listening to our presentation on License Unlocked. We're excited to hear your thoughts.
Oh, and Olivia, amazing stuff. I think I needed that app when I was a learner driver. Did it lead to conflict with my parents when I was learning to drive? Yes, absolutely. So love to hear about a really cool solution close to your experience. We're going to do some question time with our judges. And Alex, we're going to start with you.
Okay, thanks, Olivia and Chloe. If we have time, can I come back for a second question at the end? Because I have two key questions. But the first one is, or the first comment, I have a teen daughter who's just learning to drive, and I think the route selection and where to go, especially for those early hours, I could see really beneficial, because it is quite hard to eliminate those busier roads. How do you plan to get that local knowledge in, because people might be different, but how do you populate that in your app?
Yeah, so we plan on, so there's currently like Google Maps and stuff like that. They already track and can track traffic. So we plan to track and monitor like the times that most drivers are driving and the routes that tend to be the busiest or the calmest, and then suggest those routes. And then when you select certain things like roundabouts, we'll try and ensure that they are also in the route.
Wonderful. Chloe, over to you.
Thank you, Jared. Well done. My question is, how might you partner with schools, or how might you target those learner drivers specifically?
Well, we'll probably yeah, like we'll just focus on the earlier drivers and we'll have like sorry, we'll just get the app out there to like and we'll say like this is for you, this is what we want 16-year-olds to focus on and yeah.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Awesome, team. You're doing great with the questions. Well done. Saskia, over to you for a question, if you have one.
I had one, and then you answered it as a pitch, so well done. I might just, Alex, she had a second question. Maybe
Yeah,
we'll...
Alex, go for it.
Yeah, thank you. I'm based in New South Wales, so maybe different, but do you have to tap into, the state legislations around logbook keeping? Like you said, you've got log hours, and like how does that work without duplicating?
So we were thinking of, because you do have to do the state one, of just having that sync to your app. So having the state one sync, so you can log your log hours into the state one, and then it'll just link to the app. Since you legally have to do that one and have your parents sign off.
The New South Wales ones are still paper-based.
Yeah, we have an app. Queensland has an app for it, so yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alrighty, team. Well done. Awesome work on those questions. Awesome work on that pitch. And thanks so much for sharing License Unlocked with us. Well done, team.
Thank you.
Awesome stuff. Thank you. Alrighty. And we've got our last team pitching for today. It is Team Baby Seat Booster from Cooperoo Secondary College. We're joined here by Edith and Nina. Welcome, Edith and Nina.
Hi.
Great to see you.
You too.
How are you feeling about today?
Oh, we're feeling good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I've been loving all the pitches I've been hearing and really looking forward to hearing yours as well. So when you're ready, feel free to tell us all about your idea.
Hi, I'm Edith. And I'm Nina. And this is our project, the Baby Seat Booster. Next. In regular car seats, the car senses if you're buckled and beeps if you're not, but not in baby seats. Babies are so delicate and helpless, it is crazy that their car seats aren't being monitored like the rest of ours. On top of this, young parents get little to no sleep, which can lead to forgetfulness, often leading to them forgetting to buckle in their child. Over 5,000 Australian children are left in hot cars each year, and 38% of children who die in car crashes die because they were left unbuckled. In addition to this, there is significant research to show that babies being in cars for more than 2 hours at a time can lead to breathing issues and spinal development problems. We chose this project because we have 2 younger sisters who are constantly undoing their buckles or staying there unbuckled just to mess with our mum. We've also all seen those horrible news stories about babies being left in hot cars, so we thought, why not fix it? Next. We have our prototype here. The Baby Seat Booster is a device embedded with a load cell which senses weight, a reed switch which senses if it is buckled, a temperature sensor, and a Bluetooth transmitter which senses the phone's distance from the car. All of these are connected to an Arduino device which is connected to an app on the parent's phone. Within the app there is a timer which is used for allowing a set amount of time for the child to be left in the car seat unbuckled. Along with this, we are going to add a feature where you set up emergency contacts in the app so that if there is nothing done about a notification sent to you, for example, you've gotten into a car accident, it calls your emergency contacts with an automated message. If none of them respond, it will call 000. Next. We have coded an app on Thunkable, which we connected to the Arduino and Bluetooth to send alert if the child is unbuckled, if the parent leaves the vicinity of the vehicle, or if the temperature goes above the temperature set while there is a weight on the seat. You can also change how long the child can be unbuckled for before the alarm goes off, what temperature the alarm goes off at, and you can turn off any of the device's features through the app. Next. We would most likely begin with selling the device on its own so that people can embed it into the car seats they already have, and would charge an annual subscription to our app to provide our business with an ongoing revenue stream after purchase. We could promote our business through social media, particularly Facebook. There is one device that is very similar to ours called SensorSafe. In Australia, you can buy the second hand, but it doesn't sense if there is a weight on the seat. The Baby Seat Booster is a much-needed device that would save countless lives. Thank you.
From Edith and Nina, well done. Thanks so
Thank
much
you.
for sharing Baby Seat Booster, its connection to your lives with your younger siblings, and all those insights into your design. Awesome to see your prototype as well. Great stuff. Over to our judges for some questions. And Chloe, can we begin with you?
Yeah, awesome. Love the prototype. My question is just in terms of the alert that the parent gets, correct me if I'm wrong with this, how will they see that notification if they're driving at the time?
Oh, it's an audible alert, so it's like an alarm that goes off through the app.
Awesome, thank you.
Hey, thanks, team. Over to Saskia for a question.
I love this. This is great. Well done, team. Just wondering again with the audio, like, do you need to have it connected to the app to work, or could it also work without the app?
Well, you would need the app because you set for example, if you live in a hotter climate, you would set the temperature to slightly higher than if you were living in a cooler climate. So you adjust the times and the temperatures through the app, and also it sends you the notifications through the app. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
Alex, question from you.
Yeah, thank you, Edith and Nina. You mentioned the competitor, the sensor safe, and that they don't sort of have that weight sensor. Can you talk a little bit more about, are there any other distinguishing features or how you're different from them?
They only sell, like, you can buy it secondhand in Australia, but not like new. And so it doesn't set the weight on the seat. So you have to like manually input if your child is in the seat. When your child's in the seat, which is a lot trickier. And you can easily forget to do that. Yeah, you could forget, and then it wouldn't know if they're in or not, and all that good stuff. So ours is more efficient. Yeah, and also I may be wrong about this, as I haven't been able to find much information about theirs, as it's only in America. But they don't have the distance sensing either. So you can't tell if the parent has abandoned the child.
So you can't tell what?
Can't tell if the parent has abandoned the child in the seat.
Well done on your answers there, Edith and Nina. Great job with the pitch and the responses to the judges' questions. Thanks so much for joining us and sharing with us today.
Thank you.
Make sure you celebrate an awesome pitch. Well done.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, so that was our 5 amazing pitches, and what a super high standard those young people set. I know the judges have a really tough decision ahead of them, so the pressure now is onto our judges to get into those deliberations and start deciding on a winner and a runner-up. We'll wave goodbye to our judges as they go to make those calls. And whilst they're doing that, for all the people watching, you have a really fun task to do now, and that is around the people's vote. So there's a QR code on the screen. And with this, you can actually cast your vote for your favorite team. Like I mentioned before, the team that wins the people's vote will get a potential wildcard entry to join us at our grand final. So make sure you submit your vote for your favorite team. You've got the QR code or the link to do that. And in about 10 minutes time, we're going to reveal our winner. So we're going to cue some music, like give you some time to do that voting. And we'll see you back here in around 10. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. Thanks so much for casting your vote on the people's vote. We're so thrilled to have you back. So judges had a really solid discussion, a really tough decision to make. Judges, thanks heaps for your time. Excellent work on doing the judges process. I am going to throw it over to the judges to make our announcements. First up, we're going to hear about our runner-up. So this is a team going through to the showcase. And judges, if you can just announce your winning team, we'll bring them up on screen and we'll say well done. So Alex, over to you to announce the team that has the runner-up spot.
Yeah. First off, it was really hard, really hard to choose. You were all great, but we did land on the runner-up being the baby seat booster by Edith and Nina.
Yay, Edith and Nina, well done. Awesome work. You're through to the showcase. Excellent job. Thank you. Really well done. Awesome stuff. Well done, team. Thank you. And Alex, over to you, our grand final pitcher. So this is the team that's won the spot in the grand final, and they are our winner for semi-final 5. Alex, that team is?
Positive Vitals from Clementine and Tamika.
Amazing stuff, team. We love to see that celebration and that awesome reaction. Well done. You're through to pitching at the grand final. How exciting.
Thank you.
Well done, everyone.
Do we have any time at all for any further comments on?
The teams will probably hang around after we kind of wrap it all up. And we can also capture your comments as well. So well done, team. Thank you so much. We'll see you at our grand final event. And then thanks so much for the audience for casting your people's choice of votes. And thanks so much, judges, for making that decision. We're going to hear our people's vote winner now. I've just got that result through. So taking the people's vote choice is also Baby Seat Booster from Coorparoo Secondary College. Well done, Edith and Nina. Awesome work. Racking up a double win there. How good is that? Awesome stuff. Really well done today. Yeah, and what a super exciting outcome for all of our teams. If you'd like to see more of the awesome innovation from young people, more awesome teams putting in an excellent effort, do come along to our national grand final. So there is a link on the screen here, QR code and link where you can nab tickets. This is a sellout event every year. It's happening on Tuesday, 18th November at our State Library of Queensland. You can book an in-person spot. You can book a stream online spot. And you can see all of our winning teams and showcasing teams from the semi-finals take to the stage or the showcase and share their innovative ideas and share their passion. So we'd absolutely love to see you there. Thanks so much to all the teams for joining us. Thanks so much to the teachers supporting those teams. Awesome work to all our young people. Awesome work and thank yous to our judges. And hopefully everyone's zooming in. We'll see you at our grand final. And if you want to see more in the next 30 minutes, we're going to be kicking off semi-final 6. So thanks so much, everyone, and have a great day.